Greetings, captains. Due to some technical issues, we had to alter our plans for the stream today, so we put together this video walkthrough, and we'll be in the chat while it premieres to help answer any questions, and we'll also have a thread on our Discord to continue that conversation. So first things first, specialist events. We're going to talk about high level. One, how are we looking at the launch of this new event's success? Number one primary metric we're looking at is event engagement. For a little bit of context, Galaxy events historically had been one of our better performing events in regards to engagement, but when we completed our evaluation to target it for improvements, it had dropped significantly. This is something we call headroom, and it's one of the ways we evaluate feature prioritization. There's some other problems with Galaxy events. One, the mechanics inherently encourage players to use automation gameplay tools, which is against our end user agreement. Please don't do that. Two, competition balance. It's difficult to track. A lot of the competition actually happens outside of Galaxy events as players farm components ahead of time, and leading to a lack of commitment, engagement during an event. There's been a healthy discussion on Discord, players mentioning the rewards, phase placement, and hybrid events, and other factors contributing to this decline in engagement. What I can say at a high level without getting too far into the weeds is our engagement in other types has grown, whereas Galaxies has stagnated and dropped below the previous threshold. So that's where we're at. Our intention for the specialist event type is to replace Galaxy events, and as you see some of the mechanics, you'll see it's very similar. There's definitely mechanic changes, but nothing. A lot of things will look pretty familiar for the players. After the test event, we'll be taking a pulse in the community. Our current belief is that the events are too similar to properly coexist in the long term, but we want to be mindful to those players who have invested into mastering the system and have this system's been live a specific way for years. Another goal that we had with this is increasing the crew collection depth and strategy. We wanted to increment the usage of crew compared to the previous Galaxy events and have some level of strategy. It's still a bit lighter than Voyage events by our estimation, but far from just spamming the same 3 crew for the event's duration. Without further ado, mechanics. I think that's what you're all interested in seeing how it works. So let's dive in. All right. Perfect. So it's a new event type. We'll find it in the event hub. Let's go ahead and click in here. Here we have the specialist event beta. This is going to resemble more of the regular event rewards and sort of layout when we introduce this to our main weekend competitive events cadence. Have our event rules up here. Take a perusal, and let's enter the event. So at the beginning, similar to the supply missions in the Galaxy event, you'll have to pick a faction. So let's go ahead and pick Klingon here. Again, screen probably looks pretty similar to the Galaxy screen. Here we have 6 available specialist missions, and we have the sort of big overarching mission that gets progressed as you complete these other missions. Again, similar relationship to the Galaxy supply mission thing. So here we have fluid outcomes, investigate a fluidic space tear, and we're going to select a crew for it. This is the specialist crew. There's a few factors to keep in mind that are going to impact who you choose and how you leverage the mechanics to your account specific goals. So we're going to start looking at Garrick. Great character. He doesn't have any of the trait bonuses. So his chance of the main mission bonus progressing is not incrementing at all. We need to have a trait bonus match or a feature bonus crew match. You'll see as I add a boost, their core skill is what's calculating the time to complete this mission. So by adding boosts, we're going to reduce that time because we're sort of buffing their stats that it's looking at. All right, let's choose somebody else. So let's choose Janeway. Janeway has one of the trait bonuses. So immediately you can see that the chance of the main mission bonus progress increments to 20%, and there's actually a significant decrease in the time to complete. So using the trait bonus crew and the feature bonus crew are going to have value. Emmett is a feature bonus crew for this event. He has both the trait bonuses, but you'll see he has a 40% chance to get that bonus on the sort of crit checks, and his time to complete is also reduced. So we're going to go ahead and start him off here, and we'll see now that there's 24 chronotons required to complete this mission if you want to end it immediately. This will scale with time as you wait it out, but we imagine some players will be doing a combination of setting stuff up, coming in, doing a handful of things to use their crew, resources, and everything else there. So we're going to look and lock in another crew. Right here we see there's a 20% chance for engaged Spock. Janeway is a little bit better on the time to complete, so we'll swap over to her. Let's look at the next mission. All right. So again, I just want to highlight the filtering here. The default filtering is putting Reno up here. She is a sub-feature crew, sub-bonus crew, simply because Reno is one of the feature bonus crew. So if we look at Phlox, even though he has the higher skill stat here due to the matching traits and being a sort of bonus crew, Reno's the correct choice here. All right. Loaded with engineering before, and now we're looking at science. Again, we're looking at comparing. So Flustered Reno here is the feature bonus 4-star crew for this, one of the feature 4-star crew for this event. So again, sort of evaluating what's more important here. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's the chance of the main mission bonus progress. We're gonna go with 4-star Flustered Reno and get on to the last one. All right, Med. Not a lot of choices here. We'll look at Phlox right here. He doesn't have any of the trait matching. You can see the time to complete is well more than the other ones. We'll give him a pretty substantial boost here in order to... Nope, never mind. We'll go without it. Just to show the range of sort of chronoton costs as sort of time remaining scale. So we can see that 69 chronoton cost for rushing the mission with Phlox, and 21 at the low side for using Emmett. I'd love to reuse Emmett. He's the feature bonus crew 5-star. He's going to probably provide me the most benefit and value. So we'll rush his mission and start a new one and hope it lines up perfect. So we got security skill, and you'll see that currently the locking time for crew, and this is intended to sort of push players further down their collection, can be revived for 20 dilithium here. We'll also have a new token to refresh crew as well. We'll throw a stat boost on him, and we'll start it off. We still haven't incremented the main chance of main mission bonus progress. So you'll see previously it was 40, now it's at 45. Over there, it's incremented because of the mission completion, but we haven't hit that bonus yet. So let's complete another one. Let's get rid of this Phlox. Trying to align my timers a little bit better, so that way we can make it so that my check-in time later is sort of more aligned. All right, let's lock in Khan. He's got a pretty long timer here. I'm just double checking. Dathon's not helping me. it's a bit worse. All right, so we got Khan. Let's give him a little boost to maybe align him with Nope. So he doesn't have the security skill here, so that's not going to help. So command brings him to just over 2 hours. Let's start that up. So this would be a natural break in my session personally. So just get a bunch of stuff set up and sort of check back in a couple hours. As you can see, as you complete the missions, the rewards will increment. This is very similar to supply missions. So let's just throw in another one here. Yeah, this timer is a bit nicer. Oh, don't have any more engineering boosts, but that's okay. We're checking for security for her anyways. All right. And we can see that we did get one of the bonus increment rewards. So that for future reference sort of main mission slot will jump up each time you hit it and reset your sort of pity timer there with each mission completed. So your bonus chance will increment with each specialist mission completed. And when you hit that bonus, you'll see a larger jump. Again, pretty similar mechanic, just removing the crafting component from Galaxy events is the core thing, adding the locking for crew to help incentivize use of the deeper collections. And yeah, it's what we have to show for now. As a reminder, we will be potentially adjusting the balance on this. We will do our best to communicate that both in our social channels, so please follow us there, as well as embedded in the event rules, so you can check to see like, oh, blank has changed compared to the previous test event or the previous run of a specialist event. And yeah, I want to take a step back for a moment now that we've sort of run through the mechanics, just to go how we got here, right? So I'm sure the first thing that you notice, and we communicated this in our announcement of 11.1.0, the removal of the crafting component. So the removal of the crafting component goal is to streamline the actions needed to participate across accounts while fundamentally disabling some basic macro usage, something that we had ran into at the end of 2024, were people setting up what we're assuming is very simple, just clickers in one place. They'd farm up the components that they needed and then just set their mouse in the craft whatever component they farmed all the recipe they farmed all the components for, and just walk away. And that's not a compelling experience for gameplay, nor is it a compelling experience to compete against. So that is something that we wanted to remove for a variety of reasons. So this should reduce that impact and require some level of strategy and thought to be spent within the time frame of the competition. So it's tracking that competition usually, again, is happening outside of that time frame. You'll still be able to farm up your Chronoton stores through voyage events and skirmish events to sort of build up your sort of base resources to compete here, but you'll still have to participate in the specialist event mechanics and think about who you're using and participate in the actual mechanics of the event. Lock and crew, mission time, player time. Players have spoken about Galaxy events being an event where they can push on it during the day when they have time set aside. We did want to preserve this while providing a benefit to stepping away for a little bit and coming back. Hopefully we got this balance right and players feel that they have the agency to play the event a little less Chronoton efficient to be more time efficient, or be less time efficient to save resources like Chronotons. There are final balance adjustments, again, we'll have to consider once we look at the test data for timers, Chronoton costs, and various bonuses. But definitely looking to hear your feedback on this, as well as just see how y'all engage with it. And to sort of reemphasize how we'll be looking at the data, To reiterate, Galaxy events have been below the thresholds that they had previously set in years, and lagged behind engagement as other parts of our sort of event library have grown. As anecdote, and this came up in that Discord conversation, the community reward for the last Galaxy event barely snuck past the thresholds to unlock all the rewards. I know there was some different rewards there, but this isn't reflective of drop of users or daily users. It's simply that from what we're gathering from the data is that people are less interested in participating in this type of event. The Player's Choice survey highlighted as one of the lower ranked events, just barely edging out Voyage events, which we have different issues to address here, and we're focusing on the Galaxy events here. We'll put a pin on the Voyage event discussion for now. The performance in terms of engagement and participation, Galaxy events were highly polarized. Some folks making a single contribution to collect the community rewards, sort of one and doners, and other folks pushing hard to compete. We're hoping to see a better balance of engagement in special events, as well as just the overall raise. And then competition and chronoton spend with equipment-packed voyages, full skirmish events, and other varied ways to get chronotons in the economy. We're hoping to track and see the spend of chronotons more precisely within the specialist events. So if players are saving them up to participate and compete in the special events, then we will look to have successfully delivered this feature in that regard. And then the last note I want to make is on component farming. For you farmers out there, we're not getting rid of Galaxy events entirely tomorrow. But after we complete our test event, we'll check in with the general player base's thoughts on these two events coexisting. Our current estimation is outside of the component farming backlog, the majority of the player base will want to migrate to this new version. We'll be communicating more precisely the existing schedule and plan for Galaxy events and what you can expect to see for that schedule and how many we're going to have to thoughtfully execute on that store of resources for the scheduled Galaxy events in the interim. Our current estimate is we're looking around 6 months and 6 to 7 Galaxy phases. 6 or 7 events featuring at least one Galaxy phase. There'll be full Galaxy events there as well. While we integrate specialist events, sort of having passing, we believe this time frame gives players the opportunity to compete with their farmed Galaxy components, and we have some thoughts for our final Galaxy event to have a little fun as it goes out. That's what we have today for looking at specialist events. Thank you all for your time. Please give us feedback on the mechanics as well as the format in which we're delivering this video today. Again, not the same interaction as we would normally have in a stream, but definitely looking for your feedback there. Thank you so much for your time, and please join the conversation on Discord so we can continue having this conversation. Live long and prosper out there, captains, and we'll see you at the next one.